That is right, people. It's the unofficial top of the hour ID done by yours truly. Welcome to the second hour of the Time Machine. This is your boy Jay Mace on WUAG 103.1 FM. Playing the best new and old school hip-hop, R&B, and everything else in between. With me on the phone right now, I have Kriss Kelly, one half of the 90s pioneering kid hip-hop group, Kriss Kross. Kriss, welcome to the Time Machine, man.
What's up? What's going on, all y'all out there? You know, I'm just sitting in the crib chilling. I hope y'all having a good time. What's the deal?
Not much, man. I appreciate you taking the time out of your busy schedule to do this interview with me, man.
Oh, it's all love. It's all love.
Yeah, and I'm sure a lot of Kriss Kross fans across the world are listening right now as we speak.
Yeah, peace to everybody. I know everybody been wondering where we at. You know what I'm saying? But we still here.
And we're going to get into that now. Let's go ahead and start it off. What were you doing prior to Kriss Kross, and what was it like growing up down in Atlanta before the explosion happened?
You know, I was just doing what any other kid was doing, going to school every day, hanging at the mall, dancing, doing a little bit of rapping. That's about it.
Hitting up Cascades?
Yeah, in the Southwest area.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. SWATs? That's definitely what's up. And tell me, how did, before we go into the formation of Kriss Kross, who were some of your musical influences growing up?
People like Run DMC, Eric B. and Rakim. My mom used to listen to a lot of Michael Jackson, all them type of acts like that. Jackson 5.
So you're pretty much digging in the crates and the 45s and the 33 and the thirds.
My mom used to listen to a lot of old school records. So, you know, that's where a lot of that flavor came from.
Especially on Saturday mornings when she was probably cleaning the house.
Nah, late nights.
Oh, grown folk party time, right?
Yeah, getting off at work.
Yeah, grown folk party time. Had a little alky, had a little table and some cards, and you were good to go.
That's right.
So tell me about, for those that don't know, about how Kriss Kross came about.
Well, you know, me and Kris, we've been friends since about the first grade. And I would say we met Jermaine when we was maybe in like the 5th grade. And from there, that's, you know, when we formed a group. We had a dance group before that. And, you know, basically that's just how it came to be.
Now with the dance group, you were basically doing like, you know, the Running Man and all the other hot stuff that was going on in the clubs, right? Getting your sweat on.
Yeah, just different little dances, stuff we used to do in Atlanta. You know, Atlanta always had their own kind of little scene. So we used to make up little routines.
So what was it like after you guys hooked up with JD and y'all were going in the studio and was making Totally Crossed Out?
That process actually took about 2 years. We did about a 5-song demo. And then within that time period, after I would say around the end of the 2nd year, we got a deal. And that's when we really started working on Totally Crossed Out. We recorded half of it in Atlanta, and then we recorded half of it in Philadelphia with a cat named Joe Nicolo.
Okay, and down in Atlanta, did you guys record, and did Jermaine Dupri have like a homemade studio back before, you know, all the stuff?
Yeah, definitely.
So did you record some of the stuff there?
Yeah, recorded. We recorded, we might have recorded like 2 or 3 songs there, but we recorded it most in Philadelphia.
Okay, now, what was your guys' reaction like when the idea of Jump came about, and whoever pitched it to you guys, what was your thought process?
We thought it was a great song. Great song. Loved it. Everybody loved it when they first heard it. A matter of fact, when Jermaine wrote it, me and him was going back and forth on the phone, and he was listening and let me listen to it as he wrote it. So right then and there, I mean, I ain't know it was a hit, but I know it was a song that I loved a lot. And
everybody else did too, because it sampled ABC by the not ABC. It was ABC, or I Want You. It was ABC, right?
The sample was actually a Jackson 5 sample.
Yeah, I was trying to figure out the Jackson 5 song.
A little part in there in the beginning where we sampled that too.
Oh, okay. That's what's up. And we all know that it was a worldwide smash. Now, tell me about, how did the Clothes Backwards thing come about? Whose idea was that?
We actually all came up there. It was like a collaborative idea. We just wanted to do something different. And we were just sitting around one day, and that's just what we came up with. I was actually the first one to actually try it.
Now, the close backwards thing, I noticed like in Jump, there were some lines that were taking pot shots at Another Bad Creation, like the Act Like You Know and Don't Be Claiming That It's Mental line. So tell me about how that little thing came about between you guys and Another Bad Creation.
I mean, really, it's been so long, I can't really remember, but I think we went to a concert or something, and I think they saw us. We had our pants on backwards. And then the next thing, we know they was in the video with their pants on backwards, so it was like they stole the idea. And plus, you know, they was in the #1 spot, so we was trying to get that spot there.
Yeah, I understand that. And for those of you that don't know, Another Bad Creation, also out of Atlanta, you know, discovered by Mike Bivens of New Edition, had a big hit, Aisha, Playground, back in the day. Now, what was your reaction when Jump first came out on the radio, and then come to find out that Totally Crossed Out, the album was a out of the park smash?
Say it one more time.
What was your guys' reaction when Jump first came out on the radio, and the reaction to Totally Crossed Out being such a monster hit out the box?
Oh, everybody was excited. You know what I mean? It actually took the song about two or 3 months to jump off. It was like it started off real slow, and nobody thought it was gonna was gonna do nothing. Then all of a sudden, it just started getting that radio pushing different places, and it just blew up from there.
And also the cutting the eyebrows, the cuts was you guys' idea too, correct?
Yeah, no doubt. That was it.
Yeah, and you notice some of the young kids are doing that now. You guys are doing that back in 91, 92. So it's funny how things come around. And did you guys expect to have that big a success? Because it seemed like once Totally Crossed Out came out, it was like at a point where you guys were pretty much everywhere, like touring, and you guys did commercials. I believe you guys had your own game for, I think, Sega CD.
Yeah, Sega.
Yeah, to make my video joint.
Nah, we didn't expect it to be that big, but we was hoping for the best. A good thing happened.
And then tell me about your experience going out and touring right at the peak of Totally Crossed Out, like some backstage stories or times where you guys went to the mall to try to get some starter gear and got mobbed.
Oh, that was all the time. I would say for at least the first 4 to 5 years of our career, we couldn't go to the mall. We couldn't go nowhere. That was just like totally out. And it's just as far as that's what we got into it for, the live performances. That's what Kriss Kross was always all about, because we always wanted to emulate Run DMC. So live performances. That was one of the main reasons why we got into it.
And then, of course, several singles came off of that album, Jump, Warm It Up, I Missed the Bus, and the list goes on and on. Now, tell me about your opinion on the Philadelphia young hip-hop group, The Youngsters.
I mean, it was cool. I never had no problems with The Youngsters.
Right. And then going into, after making Totally Crossed Out, tell me about the process of going into making The Bomb and after following up a monster album like Totally Crossed Out.
We was young, so we really didn't feel the pressure, I would say, as an old group would, but it was totally it was good. It was good, just like the first album.
So you guys also had joints on the album like It's Alright, and it pretty much it had success and everything, and you guys are still doing your thing, because like I mentioned earlier, you guys did a Sprite commercial, and that was definitely big right there. So tell me about, it was around that time where hip-hop kind of sort of stopped being fun, and that's when the whole hardcore gangster image came in, with the West Coast pretty much dominating the airways, like with Dr. Dre and Snoop. So tell me about that period for you guys.
I believe that was around 90. I think that came out right around 92, 93. I think it was an exciting time for hip-hop, so I was all with it.
So did you guys kind of feel the need to kind of sort of, harden the image up a little bit to try to, fit in with that whole thing?
Nah, not really. I don't never think that was the case.